Have you ever started at a pair of headphones and wonder what's actually inside them? Adacro X1 is a scroll-based interactive product prototype I created for a fictional high-end headphone brand. Your scrolling isn't just about turning pages, it's the very way you open up the product itself. The project is based on a product page for an Android device. Headphones are commonplace, yet their internal structure is rarely visible unless you take them apart yourself, and you will never see what the AirPads, drivers, or acoustic system look like. So my idea was to let scrolling do the job. Scrolling is a continuous natural motion. If we would use clicks instead, the experience would feel like flipping through a slideshow. The prototype has 6 stages in total: exterior or crop and zoom, tear down, drive, innate noise cancellation controls, and reassembly. These states are driven by a scroll progress value ranging from 0 to 1 in JavaScript. When planning this project, I drew inspiration from 3 real-world product pages. The first was the Apple AirPods Pro 3. This page uses Braille copy and visual storytelling to introduce active noise cancellation and transparency mode, with almost no longer blocks of text. From this, I realized that intangible audio technology can be conveyed visually without requiring users to read instructions. The second was the Sony WH-1000X MIC. Sony described noise cancellation as blocking out distraction before they reach your ears, framing sound as something that enters and is blocked. This approach inspired me to visualize noise waves, chaotic waveforms gradually smoothing out until they become a single quiet line. The third was the Nothing headphone. Nothing uses a transparent shell to make the internal components directly visible. The product structure itself forms part of the brand's visual identity. This influenced my decision to use the internal layer. The shell, air, cushions, panels, and drivers as the primary visual content for the prototype, rather than photographs or a marketing copy. This is a storyboard I created before writing the code. Each frame maps a scrolling percentage to a visual state. At 0, the user sees the headphones is in full view. At 20%, the perspective zooms in, magnifying a section of the ear cup. At 40%, the ear cups slide apart and the components separate one by one. At 60%, the parts are labeled, with the core driver unit taking center stage. After 80%, the background switches to black, and the logic of multiple parts working in unison is represented by a VV line. It faces the noise cancelling effect. By the end, the user has been taken inside the product and then guided by to an external perspective. There are 3 main design strategies here. The first is to use familiar user actions. Scrolling is something everyone does. It requires no guidelines. The second is to use visual chains instead of the text explanations. The layers of the ear cups are separated and shown to the user directly on the screen. The SVG components are written as independent element groups within the HTML, so each part can be moved individually during the disassembly phase. The third is the red vision system. Red appears in the brand logo, progress indicators, and cropping guides. The entire interface consistently uses the same shade of the red. Whenever the users see red, they know something important is happening. This prototype was built using only pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The core mechanism is straightforward. The page features as a 720-page scrollable area, combined with a stage that remains fixed as the user scrolls. JavaScript reads the scroll position as a value between 0 and 1, converts this into CSS custom properties, and then uses this variable to control SVG transformations, scaling, translation, rotation, and opacity changes. That's all. Thank you.